County Teen Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge English presiding.
You can all have a seat.
Welcome. My name is Michelle Myland and I am the Fond du Lac County Teen Court Coordinator. I'm happy to have you here to learn about the Fond du Lac County Teen Court Program. The Fond du Lac County Teen Court Program is an alternative to the juvenile justice system. Our program focuses on first-time juvenile offenders between the ages of 12 and 16. Juveniles that come before teen court must admit guilt to the offense and be willing to have a jury of their peers decide on their sentence. The jury really looks at restoring the harm done to the community and seeks a meaningful sentence. The Fond du Lac County Teen Court Program is a restorative justice model and is also called a diversion program. We seek to find an alternative way to deal with the offense or crime that was committed. For example, the traditional court system will include a judge and sentencing, which most likely will include paying a fine and some other consequences.
A couple weeks ago I was hanging out with...
However, in teen court, we really look at making amends to the community and to the victim and having this become a learning lesson for the youth. The juvenile offenders that successfully complete their teen court sentence will have their charges dismissed. Juvenile offenders that come before our program have committed a city ordinance or misdemeanor offense. Some of the common offenses that we see in teen court are theft or shoplifting, underage drinking, disorderly conduct, damage to property, and other such offenses. Fond du Lac County Teen Court began in 2001 after a group of county social workers heard about youth courts and the possibility of creating a diversion program as opposed to individual juveniles going through the juvenile justice system. Some benefits of coming to the Fond du Lac Teen Court are all successful completions will have their charges or fines dismissed, and it will no longer be part of their juvenile court record. Juveniles are able to come back and participate in other youth hearings and learn through the mistakes of their peers. Juvenile offenders learn more about how the legal system works. Juveniles accept responsibility for their actions and are able to give back to their community through community service. Juveniles that have completed the program report having better relationships with family, friends, and their community after their completion. Reduced alcohol and drug use have also been reported. Additionally, Teen Court offers peers to have a positive influence on other peers in Fond du Lac County Teen Court. The program is based on a restorative justice model and holds the youth responsible. The jury works hard to give meaningful sentences that the juvenile offenders will learn from. All sentences must include community service. This gives them the chance to give back to the community for their actions. Participate in teen court. The juvenile offender will come back to teen court and participate alongside of our volunteers as a juror, bailiff, or clerk. This will be a chance to learn from other juvenile offender mistakes and to learn more about the law. Sentences can also include a face-to-face or written apology to the victim or parent, an educational DVD program, online classes, workshops, alcohol or drug assessment or counseling, presentations, or any other creative sanction that applies to the offender and offense. Studies have shown that the restorative justice model of Fond du Lac County Teen Court is very effective. It teaches young people that there are consequences for their actions and helps them to learn how to accept responsibility. The program essentially gives them a chance to right the wrong that they made and teaches them more about their community. Post-evaluations overwhelmingly support that both parents and youth report better grades, an improved awareness of community, increased sense of responsibility, stronger relationships with family and friends, and decreased use of alcohol and drugs. The research data that we have gathered so far is very clear that youth completing the Teen Court program are learning from their mistakes and have a very low rate of recidivism. Juvenile offenders that wish to enroll in teen court must first contact me, the program coordinator, to determine if they meet the eligibility requirements. To be eligible, they must be a first-time offender between the ages of 12 and 16, admit guilt to the offense that they are being referred for, and be willing to let a jury of their peers determine a fair and appropriate sentence. I'll explain how the program works to both the juvenile and parent and take a statement from them. During the interview process, I will determine if they meet the criteria and ask the juvenile if they are sure that they want to enroll. From there, I will contact the referring law enforcement agency to get a copy of the citation and police narrative and review it. The assigned defense and prosecuting attorneys receive an edited version of the police narrative and citation along with a summary that is written up during the enrollment process. The summary is a story that the juvenile and parent tell me. Oftentimes, there will be inconsistencies between their story and the police narrative. These documents help our attorneys to prepare ahead of time and to come up with their opening statements and questions that they plan to ask the juvenile offender and parent during the trial.
Expect an exercise good judgment if you actually had some suspicions he was drinking underage.
I think maybe
Juvenile offenders that choose to come before teen court will be assigned a defense attorney who is a trained youth volunteer. The juvenile offender and teen defense attorney will meet about 20 minutes before court to get to know the juvenile offender and parent. It is mandatory for the juvenile offender to bring a parent along to court who will also be required to testify on the juvenile's behalf. The defense attorney will also prepare the juvenile for what to expect during the trial. At the beginning of the trial, the judge will remind everyone present that the proceedings are private and the names of the parties must remain confidential. Since confidentiality is the most important element of teen court, everyone takes an oath of confidentiality. Once the jury has been selected, both teen court attorneys will make their opening statements. This is the very first time that the jury has heard anything about the case.
I ask the foreperson stand up and read the sentence as well as the explanatory statement.
Okay. We, the jury, recommend that the defendant receive the following constructive sentence: 4 times to serve as a juror in future teen court cases, 30 hours of community service, the educational programs Edge of Reality and the sequel Forever Real, and an apology, a face-to-face apology to his mother in the courtroom. We, the jury, feel that Grant is only apologetic about getting caught and needs to learn the consequences of his actions and how they affect other people.
All right, you can all have a seat now.
In closing, the Fond du Lac County Teen Court Program gives juvenile offenders the attention they need to help them avoid making similar mistakes in the future. Teen Court provides character-building opportunities for both offenders and teen volunteers that serve as the jury, court officers, and defense and prosecuting attorneys.
I accept your position.
Right. Members of the jury, is that sufficient or not?
Yes.
All right. You can have a seat then.